Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? We can settle this however you guys want to. We can discuss it first, then take a vote, or we can just get straight to voting.
I think it's customary to take a vote first to see where everyone's at.
I think we should get this over with.
Okay then, so I'm pretty sure we all know what the case is. A boy has been accused of vandalizing our school property. We all know the consequences is, of course, expulsion.
Expulsion?
Okay, so is there anyone here who doesn't want to vote?
I think we can all handle this professionally.
Okay, now just remember, school policy requires that all 12 teachers accuse the student of being guilty. So, is everyone ready? All those in favor of guilty, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That leaves us 11 to 1 in favor of guilty.
There's always one.
I have stuff to do. What are we supposed to do now?
Well, I guess we talk about it.
You think the kid is innocent?
I'm not sure.
You heard what he did. The boy's a hoodlum.
I mean, come on, the kid's young. He's still got potential.
The school gave us enough evidence. Want me to give some points?
No,
Then what do you want?
I just want to talk about this.
What is there to talk about? The boy is obviously headed for failure. No teacher had to think twice about it besides you.
Let me ask you something. You think the kid is telling the truth?
I don't know. Maybe I don't believe him.
Then why did you vote not guilty?
Well, 11 teachers voted guilty. It's not easy for me to make the decision to kick a kid out of our school without at least discussing it.
Hey now, who said it was easy?
No one did.
Just because I voted quickly, you couldn't change my mind even if we spent a whole day talking about it. I know the kid's guilty.
I'm not trying to change your mind. It's just that we're talking about a young boy here. He doesn't have very many of the options. I mean, everyone in the county knows that we have the highest expulsion rate. Don't you want that to change?
Listen here. That's our responsibility. Whether or not we have to kick a kid out every week, these kids have caused the problem.
Listen, I'm just saying that we need to give this time to talk about.
Alright then, who's got something to say?
I've got something to say. What are we even sitting here for?
I don't know. Maybe no reason. I just think we owe this kid a few words. I mean, he's had a difficult life. Even since he was young, he never had a father figure. At 7, his mom was diagnosed with MS, leaving her at home and leaving the boy's cousin to work for the family. I mean, he's had no guidance throughout his life.
We don't owe this kid a thing. You give him time to speak, he'll speak. He'll tell you all the lies he wants you to believe. Listen, this isn't lack of guidance. It's just common sense. I've lived amongst people like him all my life. You can't believe a word they say. They're born liars.
Only an ignorant person can believe that's true.
Now hold up just a minute.
Hold up just a minute, mister. I think that certain things should be parted off to this boy.
Come on, we're not in class. We don't need a lecture.
No matter where they come from, no matter where they seem to be, or no matter how much help they need. What example are we setting up for too arrogant to even help them? This is not how professional teachers handle matters. Who hired you anyways?
Action.
Who hired me? I was...
Gentlemen, this is getting way out of hand. We need to keep this under control.
Let me just finish what I was going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, this school needs to set the example for everyone else. Every kid is experiencing a similar story to the boy. We need to inspire them. If we're not encouraging them, then what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty good, yeah.
An excellent point. Let's get back to what we're doing. Now, gentlemen, at the end, perhaps you could explain to us where maybe you fell a little off. We can help you find out where you got a little mixed up at.
I was thinking that maybe we can convince him that we're right and he's wrong. Maybe we can pitch in all our ideas around the table.
That sounds great. So it looks like we're starting with you.
Well, it's hard to explain. I've only been here a few weeks, and from what I've heard, the boy seems like a hooligan. Based on the evidence that I've heard, he just seems a little off.
That's what I got. One of our top AP students says that he saw the boy running out of the bathroom. When he walked into the bathroom, he saw a spray can rolling out of one of the stalls. The boy says he knows exactly what the kid was wearing that day. A black hoodie, blue denim jeans, and busted up tennis shoes. That's exactly what he was wearing that day. You can't refute facts. The kid is clearly the problem, and he needs to pay for what he has done.
What he said.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. You're next.
The boy's story has no structure. He initially claimed to have not used the bathroom all day, and we interviewed the proctor working that day. She said she saw him walk into a restroom. When we asked him about this, he said he walked into a classroom to turn in a project.
Now tell me this, how could he have turned in the project during 7th period that day? Don't you think you would have needed the teacher there? This just doesn't make any sense.
A substitute was filling in for the teacher. At least that's what the teacher told us.
Well, did they get any information from the substitute?
Not yet.
Next?
I don't feel like talking about it. Can I pass?
Sure, that's your right. Who's after him?
I'm next. Well, you see here, I think one of the most important things of this case is these boys' motives. I know this boy has been through a lot, but that doesn't mean he can't go around tagging our school. I mean, we know where he's been from.
What does it matter where he's from?
It's just that we all know students from his area are most likely to end up in prison. He's already headed for the slammer. We're the only ones holding him back.
What does that prove about the case, though?
It doesn't prove anything.
This kid has had a history of ill behavior. At 9, this kid threw a rock through his teacher's class window. At 14, his old school caught him handling drugs. Oh, this is a really great boy.
Kids these days. Back in my day, you'd get slapped in the hand by a teacher if you were messing around. If that wasn't bad enough, you'd have to face your parents.
I used to have a kid like that. Every day I would discipline him, but I never got through to him. He was always caught up in what the cool kids were doing. If they smoked, he smoked. Robbing, he robbed with them. He wasn't as lucky as the others, though.
I think we're getting a little off track.
Damn, let me tell you, the kids these days, real trouble. I don't want anything to do with them.
I've lived in the ghettos all my life. You think I'm trash too?
Quit being so sensitive. You know what I was talking about.
Well, you really need to watch what you say.
Okay. Let's just go with you.
Well, let's say the boy is a product of a broken home and a poor neighborhood. We can't help that. And we're not talking about why he grew up the way he did. We're deciding whether the boy is guilty or not. And frankly, he's not giving me a reason not to vote him guilty. Sure, I'm just as sympathetic as the next person, but who's to say the boy might do this again? Aren't we trying to fix this problem?
Well, let me give you guys some of my input. You guys are basing all your evidence off of 2 people. I mean, don't you think the proctor would have tried to stop the student? And even then, how could we be sure the AP kid is telling the truth?
Sexy.
Yeah,
It's a cameraman here and
Okay.
But Emily, if we sit right there, you're gonna have to scoot over a little
Okay.
bit.
Hey, action!
There's always one. I have stuff to get to.
To me!
To me, come on, man.
I have stuff to get to. What are we supposed to do now?
Well, I guess we talk about it.
Oh God.
So that's an excellent point. Dude, I don't know this line.
Tell me this, why how?
Why?
Well, here, you see, I think one of the most important aspects of this case is where this boy has got his motives from. Most likely, all of his students are the stuff. One of the most important aspects in this case is what the boy's motives were. So, yeah.
Stop, I'm sorry. Why do you have to?
Oh, didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Kate Edwardson. Rubber duckies. Yellow, squishy, Fabio, Kedrick State Congress. I approve this message.
Kitties. For $1 a day, you can help innocent little kitty cats in need. For $1 a day, you can help young men, such as this one over here. Come up here, Oliver. This is Oliver. As you can see, ladies, he needs your help. Not right now, Oliver. Thank you. Please call 1-800-HELP-OLIVER right now.